Hi everybody, so we have been finding the area of different polygons, but today we're moving on to finding the perimeter. So instead of it being the amount of square units that a shape takes up, we're going to be talking about the distance around that shape. So go ahead and get your notebook, go to a blank page, we're going to title it Perimeter of Polygons. Alright, so the perimeter of a polygon, as I said, is the distance around the shape. So we're going to write that down. And so to find the perimeter, all you do is you add up all the sides, and then you have the perimeter. Every single side, you add them all up, you get the distance around that shape or the perimeter. So let's try some examples. See, we'll start with a triangle. We'll make it a scalene triangle, which means all sides are different lengths. This one will be 5, this one will be 7, this one will be 9. So if I asked you what the perimeter is, you would add up all 3 of those numbers so that you would find the distance around that shape. So you have 5 plus 7 plus 9. So the distance is not in square units. Okay, that's area. Distance is just in feet, inches, miles, whatever. In this case, I didn't give it in one, so it's just 21 units. 21 units all the way around is a distance, so it's not square. All right, let's try another example. What if I give you a quadrilateral, and that side's 4, and this side's 5, and that side's 5, and this side's 6. Again, you're just going to add up all the sides. So we got 6 plus 4 is 10, and 5 plus 5, which is 10. And then we got our 10 plus our 10, which is 20. So this would be 20 units around that shape. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about some shortcuts to regular polygons. You can always just add up every side. We're going to talk about what happens if you have some regular polygons. So if you remember what the definition for a regular polygon is, that's when a polygon has all equal sides and all equal angles. Okay, so example 3, I'm going to give you a pentagon. Now my drawings are never perfect, so we're just going to pretend this is regular, which means all the sides are the same length. So if I give you one side is 3, even though I didn't label all the sides, you should still be able to tell me what the perimeter of this pentagon is, just based on the fact that I told you it's a regular pentagon. So you can add 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, or, a pentagon has 5 sides and they're all 3. That would be 3 times 5, 15. This time let's give it a label. We'll call it inches. So all the way around that will be 15 inches. And that would be the perimeter. Okay, you guys kind of know this with the square, because if you know one side of a square, then you're just going to multiply that one side times 4. Sometimes you might not even have a picture. What if I just told you there's a regular octagon with side length of 4. So now you know what an octagon is. How many sides does an octagon have? It's regular, so all the sides are the same length, and they're all 4 centimeters. Okay, so you have to know an octagon has 8 sides. 8 sides that are each 4 centimeters would be 8 times 4. That'd be 32 centimeters all the way around that shape. All right, we'll talk about one more. If you have a rectangle and the side's 2 and the length is 5, you can just do 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 5. Or a lot of times people will just multiply it. If you know this side's 5, you know that side's 5. It's a rectangle. So that would be 10. You just multiply your 5 by 2. And then 2. And you know this side's going to be 2 because it's a rectangle. So 2 times 2 is 4. So you're adding 4 plus your 10. So there's some shortcuts. You don't have to necessarily add 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 5. But you guys know that because that's a review from last year. Then you can also add these two sides, 5 plus 2, and get 7, and then multiply that by 2 because you know those sides are the same. So that would be 14 units all the way around that rectangle. All right, you guys are ready?